There we go. That's a fish. Today I am on the French Broad River. I'm gonna try to see if I can get on some smallies. The temperature has been really hot recently and the water's been super low, so it's been hard to find a good day to come out here. But hopefully today should be pretty good. We should get on them. It's a little stained than what we normally fish, but still pretty good visibility, so I think we should be pretty good today. We're probably going to target some areas where there's a lot of wind blowing and some of the shade, kind of up shallow, and just kind of see what happens and just go from there. There's a lot of tubers and everything out today, so we might have to deal with that. The water temperature is pretty warm today, so they should be pretty aggressive hopefully, but hopefully we can get on one. I definitely think we can. I got like a mini max shot. Oh. Smallie number one, he came up and hit it right at the top of the water, and that's exactly why I have that mini max shot on, is just for that reason. But first cast, first fish. That hasn't happened in a while, but we're just gonna send this guy back on his way and hopefully get another. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, he jumped out my hand. Wow, that was really quick, honestly. I was not really expecting that, but hopefully we can maybe get another one out of here. Sorry for all the noise in the background. It's a very busy area. There's still a lot of good fish here, that's for sure. They don't mind the noise at all. Crazy that there's not another one there, especially with how aggressive it hit it. Try out here towards the middle a little bit. So that one bass that we caught was pretty aggressive, and the bass was in the shade there, so maybe that's a sign as to what the bass are doing today. They might be roaming a little bit too, because it's pretty cloudy. We have about 5 hours to fish, so we should get on a nice evening bite, hopefully. Normally the evening bite here is really good, and we were actually just getting bit right up in there. We were using this the last time we were here, so hopefully it should do pretty good today, but it's a little bit more stained, so we'll just have to see. But it's good that one's already committed to it. The bite might be pretty tough today because of how warm it is, but we will figure it out as the day goes on. If I catch my limit, I'll be pretty happy. The water is definitely a little bit more stained than I thought it would be, especially because we really have not had that much rain, but hopefully the fish will still want to bite. We had that one commit on the first cast, so who knows? Maybe we could find some on down, and maybe they're just not right here. Or maybe as the evening goes on, the bite might pick up some. But I think if we just work it nice and slow, we should be able to get one to commit. Some of these spots, I definitely want to try that mini chatterbait. See if maybe I can get on them like that. And once I get to a shallow enough area, I got a square bill tied on, so that might be pretty good too. I get the feeling that the bite might be pretty tough today, or they're just not here, or they're just not wanting to commit right now. This is the hottest time of the day, so who knows, maybe that has something to do with it. Hopefully some of these clouds can start coming in a little bit more, and maybe they'll be roaming a little bit. This river is also very extremely low, so that might also be the reason why the fish are not wanting to bite as much. And it's just hot. It's been hard to find a good day to actually go fishing where it's safe for the bass. This is probably the safest day that we've had in a hot minute, honestly. Probably at least a month. We've been in a pretty bad drought, but technically I guess it's not really a drought anymore. We did get a little bit of rain, but nothing crazy enough to fill up the rivers again. All that water that got dumped in here like a week or so ago is already gone, but I definitely feel like we can get on them today. We're just gonna have to be very patient and try to work and see where they're at. I definitely feel like there's some up against these like shaded banks. That's probably gonna be my best place to start currently. There's also some deep pools, and they might be sitting there too. There's some areas on down where it's pretty shallow that I think a square bill will probably do pretty good at, so I'll probably try that. I thought about doing a spinner bait, but I was like, you know what, let's try a little bit more compact of a profile and go with like a mini max and see how that does. So if we catch one on that today, that'd be pretty cool. I just don't know how willing they are to commit to a moving bait right now, but it'll probably be a pretty good option. If we just keep fishing like these down trees and these shaded areas, I definitely feel like we're gonna get on them at some point. We'll just have to find the right spot. But I'm still very hopeful that I can catch my limit today, even after just catching one. I know they're here. Just gotta get them to commit. If you've been watching the channel recently, you know I've been tearing it up on this new saw plastic that Z-Man came out with. The TRD Fatties has really impressed me with the quality and the quantity of fish that I catch. I still have yet to catch a really big one, but who knows, today might be the day. This would be the perfect presentation for a bigger fish to commit to, especially whenever it's hot like this. You just want a quick, easy meal. And it being a bit larger than the finesse TRD, I definitely feel like it's gonna weed out some of the smaller fish. I'm not gonna lie to you, fishing's been pretty tough today. Really only got that one bite at the very beginning, and that's it, really. I think I had one maybe a little bit on down, but I don't know. Might have been a bluegill. Felt more like a bluegill to me. It's just like the fish have not been wanting to bite, and honestly, with how hot it is, I really don't blame them. It's pretty miserable, but I'm still pretty hopeful that I can get a limit. I'm just gonna have to really work hard for it today, it seems like, but I guess we'll see. There's this one spot that I think might hold some if they're holding out deep, which they might, because that's probably where the cooler water is, so that might be the place to check out. This seems like it's pretty deep too. I've been debating on if I want to put a fish finder on this, because like for rivers like these, especially like the French Broad, this would be perfect for a fish finder. It's crazy that we haven't had more bites. I'm actually really surprised by that. I know it's like the summertime and they're getting a lot more pressure, but dang, it's crazy that, I mean, I've only really got like that one fish and then like maybe 1 or 2 bites, and that's about it. Sometimes this river can really stump me. Today might be one of those days, but you know, I'm just gonna try to remain positive and just try to catch one fish at a time. See, that's another thing. I've been getting hung up like crazy. I see what I got hung up on this time, at least. I never really fished this side of the river, so trying something a little bit new. I mean, if I'm not getting any bites on what I normally do, then might as well try something a little different. I think since it's a lot more shadier over here, I feel like they might be over here, but we'll just kind of have to see. But the bite should be turning on very soon. We're gonna drop anchor here, just so we can really pick this spot apart real quick. Especially with this fresh tree in the water, this might do pretty good. It's not really super fresh, but pretty fresh. There we go. Oh, I think we have a good one. Yeah, pretty decent. There we go. Fish number 2. Had to work really hard for this one, but nice little fish. We're gonna send this guy back on his way and hopefully get a 3rd one, but a good start. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. I'm glad we actually caught that 2nd one. I was starting to get worried. It's been a couple hours since I caught a fish, so hopefully that's about to change and we can actually start getting into them. I don't know why it's been so hard to get a bite today, but it's been rough. But I'll take any that I can get. But if we get 3 more for the limit, great. Which is very doable on this river, especially if you're in the right spots for it. You can do that very easily. And right here, a creek flows into it, so that's probably why they were sitting right there. There might be another one there. Who knows though? I guess we'll have to see, right? But it's been a really, really rough bite today, that's for sure. Even throwing finesse, it's not like they're wanting to commit really, but that one hit it like pretty much as soon as it hit the water, so it's a pretty good sign that they're wanting to eat at least. It might not just be in the right area, which honestly, that might be what it is, but there's not really that much left for me to fish, so I'm just gonna keep trying and see what I can get. I might skip over some areas if they're not being super productive and focus on the areas that have some fish. So I'll probably focus on this spot for at least 5 minutes and see if maybe I get another bite. But you never know. I honestly thought it was a lot bigger with how the fish was fighting. It took me out immediately to the current, so that's why I thought it was so big. But just an average little guy. So a lot of the spots that I was planning on fishing today just really don't have enough water, and I just keep getting hung up on pretty much every little thing. So I just decided, since I only have like an hour and a half ish, almost almost 2 hours left to fish. I was like, you know what? I should probably just paddle on down river and try to see if I can find them on down in some of these pools and stuff. And if I can do that, then I'll be in pretty good condition. So currently I'm gonna paddle down and try to see if I can get there pretty quick. So probably won't be doing too much fishing, just trying to get on down so I can actually find some fish. But the bite's just been rough. I really don't know why it's been so bad today, but it definitely is. So if I can get on just a couple more, I'd be very happy with that. But a lot of these areas, like I was saying, they don't really have as much water as they should. The rivers are just so low that it's hard to find them, to be honest with you. But I'm sure I'll figure it out. If you're seeing this, and I did probably. On downriver, I have some really good spots, and normally the ones on downriver is where I get most of my bites. So hopefully I can at least find a few there. It's pretty deep down there, but also not too deep, especially now with how low the water is. But it should be pretty good. Should be a pretty good spot because of all the oxygen flowing in too. Especially whenever it's hot like this. I'm sure the bass are probably staged up there. This spot that I normally fish at, that's normally my last spot, looks completely different. I mean, I've never seen it like this. This is just strange. I'll be surprised if I get something out of here because I think it's too shallow. But you know, some days you just have to get out there on the water even if you don't get the results that you're looking for. And today might very well be one of those days. But you know, I have tried my hardest to catch some fish today, but at least I caught a couple and didn't get skunked. I know this probably wasn't the most exciting video that I posted, but this is how it is sometimes. Sometimes it's pretty hard for me to get a bite. But you know, I am not gonna quit until it's getting dark. And I'm just gonna keep fishing and see what happens. I mean, the worst thing I could do is just not catch anymore, but you know, I hope it really doesn't come to that. I cannot believe how shallow that is. That is nuts. I'm gonna try working it back upstream to me and see if maybe they'll do it. Ah, oh, wow, that sucked. That was definitely a fish. That hurts. At least we know they're here. That might have been the only one, but at least we know they're here. Wow, that's just really unlucky. I thought something had it, but I wasn't sure. I didn't really feel the tension on it till there at the end. Oh, there we go. That's a fish. Oh, is that a good one? Oh, no, no, no. Oh my God, that was such a good fish. No. That would have made it all worth it. Man, that really sucked. That was such a good fish too. I thought it was a snag. Man, that sucked. That's Heartbreak right there. Wow. It won't bite again either. I definitely would have made up for today, but what can you do? Some days it's just not in your favor, and I think today's one of those days. I've been positive all day about it, but sometimes it's just like that. I mean, I've done everything I possibly can, and you know, now that the bite's actually picking up some, yeah, I just can't land them. Wow, I cannot believe I just lost that fish. That felt like such a good one too. If I could at least land one more, I'd be pretty happy with how today's going, honestly. Especially after just losing that one. It just broke my heart into a million pieces. That felt good too. Felt a lot better than the ones that I've got ever since I've started getting back on the river. I don't know how big it was. I never saw it, but I can only imagine. Maybe we'll try drifting in the current and see if maybe one will pick it up over here. Oh no. Are you kidding me? That sucked. Something wrong with my hook or something? I'm gonna change out my hook. All right, now that I changed out the hook, maybe this will make a difference. I really don't want to lose any more fish. I don't know, because my jig head was a little loose. I don't know if that's why the fish came off so easy, or if it ran me into a rock, or what, but they are just toying with me at this point. Man, I really don't know what to say about today. Today, it's like everything that could possibly go wrong, besides me flipping, has gone wrong. I just haven't been able to land hardly any fish. I've been getting snagged like crazy. I probably at least lost like 20 lures today at the minimum. It's just been a rough day, honestly. I mean, I'm happy that at least I caught some, because if I didn't, wow, that would really suck. But I don't know if we'll be able to get any more. It just feels like everything's not in my favor. Crazy too how low this river is. It's because I would normally be in my kayak where I'm standing at, and I've never seen it this low. I don't think ever. The river's so low the current won't even carry my Ned rig down the river. Oh, there we go. See if I can actually land this. There we go. I know you guys probably can't even really see it. Here's fish number 3, and I'm just gonna send this guy back on his way. Oh, there he goes. I'm gonna head on down because I really don't want to hit a rock on my way down in the dark. So I know it's pretty dark on the camera, but I can still see a decent amount, and I'm not that far from the ramp, so I just need to get on down and probably call it a day. But I'll definitely come back out here with a vengeance, that's for sure, because today was probably one of the worst times I've had on this river where I've actually caught a fish. I would say at least in a very, very long time, like a year or two. So it's just how it is sometimes, you know. I mean, I did everything I could, but it just wasn't good enough today. And you know, that's just how it is. But I will see you guys back here at the house.
I was thinking about not even posting this video, but I decided I wanted to let you guys see sometimes the struggle I have to go through to get a video. And that was honestly probably the worst time I've had on that river for a while. And I just wanted to show you that sometimes these videos make it seem like I catch a lot of fish, but there's some days I'll go out there and I just won't catch really that many. And it happens, and I just wanted to show you that. But I definitely did learn a lot today, so even though I didn't really catch that many fish, I learned how to fish it whenever the river's a lot lower. So this will make the difference the next time I go out whenever the river's that low. Because honestly, I have never fished the river that low before, at least in my recent memory. But you know, sometimes you just gotta go fishing whenever it's not the best to go, and this was one of those scenarios. But I still learned a lot, like I said, so it definitely wasn't a wasted trip. And sometimes, even if the conditions are bad, I recommend that you go so that you can learn new things, because if I went out on normal conditions, I probably could have done a lot better. But some days you have to go out on those harder days, and it'll improve you a lot as an angler. But if you haven't already, make sure you smash that subscribe button, especially if you made it this far in the video. And also follow me on Instagram, I'll have it linked down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.